why is your pal Snip still out of his Litecoin position? Snip is still out of his Litecoin position because I'm still waiting for this, sell-off or whatever. Again, assuming it happens, taking a chance, but I'm trying to think, did my video go, did I release it Friday or did I release it Saturday? I think I released it Saturday. And I said, just briefly in that video, I was like, oh, you probably remember if you heard me. My guy said something about watching something with Bitcoin Cash, so I, told my Patreons, blah, blah, blah. So, it's interesting. It was Friday. I don't know what time it was Friday, but it was Friday. It was later in the day, I know that. And I start doing a video talking about crypto. And, of course, I mentioned, well, my guy said this, that, whatever. It was a public video. It was going to be a public video. And I'm kind of getting towards the end of the video. My phone starts ringing. I look down. Oh my God, it's him. Guys, it's him. So I paused the video, answer the call, and he's like, Joe, he's like, I've been trying to call him all day, ringing his phone off the hook. He has not picked up. He has not called me back. He goes, have you seen Bitcoin Cash, recently? I said, yeah, that's like one of the only coins that's basically more than doubled in short order. He's like, I didn't tell you this, but the last time I talked to him, which I did tell you the last time I talked to him, I just didn't tell you this part of it because I thought there's no way in hell this is going to happen. He says, my guy tells me, hey, you may want to grab some Bitcoin Cash if you think it's going to go on a run. My guy tells his own buddy, the guy, dude, they just had a fork and they're like fighting back and, he's like, I'm not touching nothing with a 10-foot pole. I've already lost enough money in this market. I don't want to lose any more. All right, suit yourself. And then went on to go from $89 to like 200 and, what was the top? $215 or something like that? Or 220, I think, actually. 89, I believe, or it was either 79 or 89, actually. I don't remember. Whatever. We call it 89 if you want. I believe it was 89. To over 200 bucks. So he's calling me because he's mad. I thought he had a little bit of new intel, like, hey, what do they think next? How about my selling off of my Litecoin? Is he still feeling good, like this dump's coming or what? But there was no new info on that respect, except for one little piece. Because at this point, you could say, oh, well, it already happened. It's just hearsay. The Bitcoin Cash thing. Yeah, true. He goes, he also told me to watch Saturday morning, Sunday, and then maybe into Monday. Those 3 days, basically. They think it's even though it's already hit this nice little run up, there's a little bit of a sell off. He says they don't think it's not done yet. It's maybe 15-20% return could come out of Bitcoin Cash. He goes, but I'll warn you, and he warned me. He goes, this wasn't from their data, their feeds. He said this is from him, kind of thinking he found a cycle or something or another. And I just thought, I kind of don't care what or where he says he gets this from. Like the guy, if he gets something interesting, I think I want to go ahead and make a move on that. Now the scary part is, okay, well, hold on. I'm out of my Litecoin. There's a bunch of other people probably with me that are out of their Litecoin waiting for this, and it's a potential. It's not none of this is for sure. Potential dumping that's coming, okay. And now he's giving me something else that Bitcoin Cash may rise 15 to 20% over the next 3 days. Again, this was Friday, during the day, evening, something. And I'm like, if this doesn't happen, and again, I'm like, well, he said it wasn't even from his data tool or whatever anyways. So I'm like, do I even tell anybody about this, or should I just sit back and wait? But I'm like, well, no, let me tell everybody, because, if he gets this right, it's gonna be like, look, hello, this is why I keep listening to the guy. But if he gets it wrong, then what? Now I'm out of my Litecoin, he got this thing wrong, now I'm getting a little nervous, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people would be nervous too, but I said, well, it wasn't his tool. He said it wasn't his tool. It's just like, hey, this little Christmas bonus may come in, you know, for Bitcoin Cash. On a personal level, he thought that it may. But I said, again, for me, I'm like, the guy's been right too many times. So I go ahead out on the Patreon. Hey guys, which you don't even have to sign up. You can see that I posted this Friday night. You can't see what it says if you go to my Patreon. Just FYI. Just, you know. Did he really say that? Yeah, go look. You'll see a post from my, again, I believe it was that, as soon as I hung up with him, I posted. Like, oh my gosh, I was about to do a public video, so I do another video as part of the Patreon post for my private Patreon members. And I'm like, guys, I was just about to do a public video, just talking crypto, nothing important really. When my guy calls, tells me this Bitcoin Cash story, how he just missed out on a 100% profit because he thought there's not a chance in hell it's going to happen, so he didn't want to waste my time telling me. And it turned out dead on accurate, like super accurate, like unbelievably good info. So it's all good though. You're like, all right. So he was venting to me like, Joe, I swear to you right now, going forward, I don't care what he tells me, when he tells me, what I personally think. When that freaking guy talks, dude, I'm gonna listen. I could have made back, you know, twice my money now in the last few days. I'm like, I hear you, dude. That's incredible. I was like, this guy really is amazing. You know, so still waiting on this dump. I'm a little, you know, teeny bit nervous, but hey, aren't we all when you make a move like that? But I'm still holding out, you know. So long story short, when he's telling me this story from the guy, and it may have been, he didn't even say how did he text him, did he, you know, whatever. But he said, look, over this weekend, the one that just passed, the guy told him, we think maybe 15-20% bump in specifically Bitcoin Cash. All right. And he didn't say we, actually, he said I, because this was not his data thing. But I wake up, look at, you know, Sunday morning, hey, whoa, 7 a.m., I think it was my time, 7 a.m., Sunday morning. One nice green candle wick all the way up to 209, 210 bucks, something like that. And I'm like, okay, when was it? When did he? Oh yeah, it was like 180. It was actually, and in the video I said, and I think I typed it out because I went and edited the post to say, hey, update this date and time. Hey, he was right, 15%. We just got it. Boom. Anyone, you know, anybody's orders fill? Sell orders fill or what? And so that was 7 a.m. Sunday, 15%. I mean, like dead on the money. But when I went back to look at the chart, I was like, what was the exact price when I was talking with him? When it was actually between 180 and 184. So I said 183 to 84. I did the math. That puts it around, actually around 211 would be dead on 15%. But the price was actually 180 to 184. You know, if you want to be specific, whatever, it's roughly 15%. So I sat there and watched this happen in front of my face again. So now that makes 7 times correct that this guy said something. And now the previous thing will be the 8th thing right if he gets it right. And the previous thing being, I'm out of my Litecoin literally completely. I mean, I'll go ahead and make that public. I am out of my Litecoin completely. Joe. All of it? Yeah. Now, like I said, I made this move and I had my, you know, Theta, my DigiByte, some other, you know, other ones. And months and months and months ago, I started making a little bit of moves, transitioning from some of my Litecoin into more DigiByte, a little bit more Theta, you know, just nothing major, but I said, you know, I want some Redcoin too, because I do think at some point Redcoin's gonna, you know, do something pretty exciting, but, you know, sure hasn't yet. But then again, look at the rest of the market anyways, same story. So, long story short, maybe it's a little bit more than a third of my bag, so to speak, was Litecoin. And I relinquished all of it. At first, I told myself, you know, again, there's risk involved. No one's gonna be perfect. Even this guy, he can't certainly be perfect forever, can he? And up to that point, though, he was pretty darn good. And again, I'm still in the trade, so I can't say up to. I need to see if it happens or not. And towards the end of this month, my guy told me, he's like, I'll give you a call, and he's like, by this time, I think I'll be able to give you some really solid, you know, hey, this was fixing to go down in January. Like, in other words, stay out, stay out of your Litecoin position, or man, you may want to get back in. But here's some other interesting info. You can make your, you know, money back basically, or, you know, by this potential information or his data telling him whatever. So, you know, again, I feel like I've got one way or the other. If we lose on this one, you know, I think we can turn it into a win for a couple different ways actually. If it's a win, again, this is going to be one of the most epic things I and people who've done it with me have done. Like, this may go on the history books of absolute crazy risk-reward type of things. I held out, the market's rallying, okay, we rally for 3 days, then a little bit of a sell-off, okay, there it is, up, Litecoin's back down to 29, okay, maybe, oh, nope, today, this morning, oh, it's back to 33, 34, you know. But if it doesn't happen, there are haters no matter what. And it's like, why would somebody hate on anybody, on a group of us that, honestly, we're just trying to win. We want to make some moves. Hey, let's again, this is all about getting out of debt. Let's use cryptos. We think this is the magic, you know, key. It isn't going to be get rich overnight, but we think it's the, you know, the key to do well. And we're just trying to, you know, better ourselves. Everybody, you know, it's amazing how many people, you know, you read some of these comments, like they're like rooting for you and everyone else to fail. It's, you know, what should we get in the stock market? You know, should we talk in stock? Oh wait, no, that turns down too. It's dumping like crazy. Oh, okay, well, how about everything else? Well, the bond yields are incurved. I mean, they're spelling out dooms coming for all the markets. 93% of everything, all assets, down this year. You saw my videos. Worst time for assets to be down like since 2008. Well, what happened in 2008? Oh, that was the crash. You know, is there anything safe out there? You know, could we've done any moves? I mean, yeah, if you had a crystal ball that was flawless, you could have been doing like the JP Morgan and win 364 out of 365 days in a year. Somehow they magically, you know, get their market guesses right, you know, internally. They don't share that information with you. That's because they're the effing market makers. They're the ones moving the damn markets. But, you know, again, we're the small guy. We're trying to do stuff. So, again, I told everybody, look, this is risky as hell. You know me, I don't like relinquishing. You know, you got to normally pry my Litecoin away from my cold, dead hands. But I sat back, I've sat here and told you guys, hey, he said this, he said that, and we're sitting here watching this happen before all of our eyes in advance. He's telling us, and I'm telling you guys. Not that I made a move at the time. Once it got down to you know, that 28 mark was hit, or the $38 mark was hit, he told me, you know, $23 is coming. I'm like, wow, that low. And I'm thinking, well, when it was $60, he told me it was going to 38. And I said, okay, you know, $38. I'm listening, but he didn't have a track record yet with me, you know. And then it happened. Hey, Joe, 23 is coming. And that started happening really quick from there, from 38. Wow. And then he told me where it was going next, and it was much lower. And I said, all right, but he did tell me, look, wait till December. We think there's gonna be a nice little, you know, relief rally kind of a thing. It should be after that. Now he's telling me this in like November. You know, slightly past the midway point of November. I don't know the exact date, the 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm thinking, man, this guy's been right. I think I want to take a chance. I really do. So I take a chance. And at that time, I sold off 3/4. I was like, you know, screw 25%. I was thinking 25 to 50%, just because, again, risk reward. I don't want to lose all my Litecoin if this is wrong. But someone's just telling me, just do it. Take a damn chance. All right. So I did. And then I was like, you know what? No, get rid of all of it. Go balls to the wall on this one. Just something poking me, doing it. All right, go ahead. So I did. Then I see this rally on the 28th. So actually, I think after the 28th, the rally that I saw happen is when I said, you know what? Let me get rid of the rest of my Litecoin. And I'm trying to think. Let me think about that, because I was nope. I believe that's incorrect. Rewind, J-Snip. Because I was out of town until the 1st of December. And he had told me this before I left. And I said, oh, well, that's right. Because I'm like, well, I don't have to even make a post or tell anybody about this yet until I get back in town. I don't have anything with me to be making moves anyways. My treasure and all that, I didn't have that with me. So I'm like, well, it's in December, this rally anyways. And he said, if it were me, you know, he goes, I'd wait for the rally and then get ready for it, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense, you know, obviously. Yeah, let's let the rally happen, then get out. So I see this rally take place November the 28th. You can go look at the charts, you'll see. And I'm like, oh, shoot, that was it. Damn it, I was going to be back in just a couple days, you know. I must have missed it. Now, I never asked him, hey, is this it, you know. And I don't know that he would have been able to tell me without picking up the phone and actually asking his guy, was that it? But I didn't do it one way or the other. I just said, you know what, that had to be it. Nice little, it was a nice rally. It was a pretty good rally. He said we're looking for like a 20% rally, blah, 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 just on the market, not, you know. And I'm looking at the rally. Hey, it was a decent rally, you know, okay. I said, I bet that was it. So then I see where the price is, and I'm like, okay, so now we should be dumping soon. If he's right? So that's when I made my move. Waited a couple more days, and I was like, you know, or maybe a few more days, whatever. Nope, I'm going all out. So I took, instead of 75%, which I did right off the bat, I said, let me just get rid of the remaining 25%. The hell with it. I'm just going to do it, damn it. And I did. So the rally then kicks in December. 3-4 days in a row. Oh, there's the freaking rally. And he told me long ago, even numerous times, Joe, when they think, you know, their data says, oh, you know, you may see a rally up to this point, possibly this percentage, blah, blah, blah. It's typically wrong because FOMO, people jumping back in, you know, more, their tool just can't predict that. So he says it's kind of a good thing because you might expect more many times when they give a number out, like when he tells me, oh, we think, you know, 5% or whatever percent, you know, this or that's going to happen. I was like, yeah, that's kind of neat. All right. So we had a pretty damn good rally in December, right? And maybe it's not done yet. You know, it's up a little bit more today, this morning. So again, I got out because I thought it was the November 28th rally. He said December, and when he told it to me, I could have swore he said something like the 1st to 2nd week or something of December is when and the only reason I say I think is because when he said it, I thought of something Ben, the Matrix portfolio guy, had said not too long ago before that, and that was he was expecting a rally. He just wasn't expecting it with the much lower prices. He was thinking, oh, we'll stay around, you know, the $6-something thousand price range for Bitcoin. We might be able to get back to 10K or more. Well, we had, what was the hell of the low? $2,300 Litecoin, and it got over what, 4,100 at the time, 4,200. Well, if you do the math in Bitcoin, what from 6,000, Ben could have potentially been right on his call. It's just that unfortunately this happened with lower prices for him. But anyway, the point I'm telling you that is because I thought instantly when my guy's telling me this about this, oh, this December move, you know, maybe like a 20% move's coming up. When he said it, I thought, oh, Ben, this jives with Ben's information. So that's why I was thinking, you know, I think he did say the 1st to 2nd week, because immediately I thought, oh, that's what Ben was thinking. So I'm like, okay, you know, all right. And so again, I'm out, and I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Now, I will tell you, if he calls me, and he's going to call me towards the end of this month, he said, yeah, I'm going to call you. This tool should have one key piece of data. He says we feel like critical, important, and depending on what that says, we'll have something, you know, to tell you basically towards the end of December. So when I did talk to him on this last Friday, I asked him, do you still feel comfortable about the late you know, call to me? He goes, yeah. He's like, yeah, definitely. I said, all right. So in other words, he may pick up that phone and say, hey, JSnip, yeah, that dumping your Litecoin, yeah. You see the price of the day? Yeah, let's just say, oh yeah, it's like 35 bucks. Yeah. The data's coming in strong that that $22 Litecoin you saw was as low as it was going to get. And I know you got out at 25 and you never got back in. It's now 35. And I'm going to have to come out and say, guys, just got a call. Here it is. And here's what I'm gonna do now. But I can tell you one thing, no matter what he does on that call, I'm gonna plan for whatever he says that his data is telling us, you know, to pay attention to whatever for January. I'm gonna listen. Even if, got one bad call, okay, out of 8 freaking things now, he got 7 right, 1 wrong. Yeah, made a big ass move on the wrong one. Made a smaller move on the Bitcoin Cash, which is still good because it still helps. 15% gain is 15% gain as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, just a little chat on the way here. So talk to you guys later.